about this issue. I haven't been, it hasn't been brought to my attention up to this point, but as the officer indicated, our ability to go onto private property is very limited. But obviously the manifestations of the problem are pouring off into the public right-of-way, so I'll discuss it with the chief, and I appreciate your presence today.
All right, thanks.
Thank you. Next individual, please key in item 747.
Request of Michael Trimble to address council regarding constituent outreach to Commissioner's office.
Hi, Michael.
Oh, hello. Thank you so much for having me. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear, and we can see you as well.
Okay, perfect. Okay, this is addressed to Commissioner Hardesty. Had you responded or even read the multiple emails and calls I left to re-election campaign, including the many social media posts I tagged you in, you'd know that I ran for governor, and like you, I lost. I placed 5th out of the 15 candidates that ran in the Democratic gubernatorial primary. I was the only candidate who was talking about tackling the unaffordable housing crisis, which has devastated so many of us renters, myself included. I appreciate your pro-tenant advocacy, but you make it very difficult to vote for you when you ignore interest and correspondence from a potential voter like myself. Unlike you, I did not have a re-election campaign staff or public office staff, but despite this disadvantage, I responded to every email, phone call, and social media tag and mention, all while working full-time. Not all of us, like Tina Kotek or Betsy Johnson.
Keelan, can you figure out what's going on?
Michael, can you hear me?
Ellison did receive likes from him. I don't know if it was from him personally or somebody from himself, but somebody in the Gonzalez world took the time to actually read my social media posts that he was tagged in, something you didn't do and still don't do. I agree with you more politically than I do with Gonzalez, but at this point, your refusal and insistence on ignoring voters like me who want to vote for you is securing Gonzalez's election. Let's not forget, Commissioner, that more people voted against you in your primary, myself included, than for you. You cannot afford to alienate a single voter in the general election. We are told that the way we hold our elected officials accountable is by reaching out to them, but when an elected official refuses to even acknowledge said constituent, then the only choice left is to vote against his own interests by voting for that elected official's opponent. Are you really going to make me do this, Commissioner Hardesty? I want to vote for you, but you're making it very hard. If I could take the time to respond to all of the feedback I got, I even responded to Republican voters who I knew would never vote for me. But if somebody takes the time to reach out to me, I think it's appropriate to respond to them. And I really want to vote for you. I appreciate all of the things you've done. But again, I can't vote for somebody who doesn't respond to constituent correspondence.
Commissioner Hardesty.
Michael, I really appreciate you being here today. Let me be really clear. I have actually prided my office on having the best constituent response in the 3+ years I've been here. You may know that my constituent relations person had the opportunity after 3 years to get another job, and I supported her in that effort. And in fact, we are in the process now. We had a new position available. We had 50 applicants, I'm happy to say, so clearly people want to work in my office. And I am this week actually interviewing the final candidates. And Michael, let me say, as much as I would love to personally respond to every constituent issue, it would be absolutely impossible for any individual to do so with the magnitude of constituent correspondence that I receive. But again, I will end where I started, which is I have a proud record of being very responsive to the community I serve, which is why I believe they will continue to support my efforts while I'm in this seat. Again, thanks for being here today. My apologies that you weren't responded to as quickly as you had thought you should have been. But again, you know, there are a lot of people who are looking for a lot of responses. And again, thank you for being here today.
Well, thank you. And the main reason I was reaching out to you, campaign, was I thought we could hold some events together because, again, you're pro-tenant advocacy, as am I, and I really thought we could be some power horses, no pun intended. But thank you for your response, Commissioner. I really appreciate it.
You're very welcome. And again, thank you for your effort and thank you for still believing democracy is possible.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Michael. All right, so that completes communications. Which items have been pulled from the consent agenda, please?